Are you wondering how the coronavirus is affecting the real estate market and the mortgage markets? This video is for you. I'm going to shoot it pretty raw. I am working from home. I have my 6 kids here, so if you do hear noise in the background, I do apologize. I'm not going to do any bells and whistles with this this video, so please know that it's just me being real and showing you information. I'm going to do some screen sharing and kind of go over what's been going on. First, I want to give a little update about where the markets were before this pandemic was declared. So the end of last year, the market started slowing down a little bit. We were predicting maybe a little bit of a downturn or at least a stable turn this year. And then come January 1st, we had an absolute explosion in buyer demand and interest rates started trending downward. By February 28th, interest rates were down to 2.875, which created a huge refi boom to the point where actually mortgage companies put a hold on applications and raised the rates artificially just to hold them off and to slow down the refis. People were in the middle of refi and would cancel to get back the lower rate. So that was happening before the pandemic was declared. Homes were selling within like 7 days. The average home was on the market for about 30, but good turnkey homes, well-priced homes were selling above asking price with multiple offers, usually within the first week. Then the pandemic was declared. It obviously threw a little bit of a stipend or a halt in the real estate market, especially when they said in California, real estate wasn't essential. Real estate agents stopped showing homes. They weren't allowed to do open houses. Marketing wasn't as effective. And I think as a country, we're all trying to figure out what is going on and how we're going to survive this. So I want to take a little bit of an in-depth look. I'm going to actually share my screen with you. Here we go. So this is basically the MLS. This is a localized market of Southern California. I have my market watch, which you can see right here. That's my 7 listings are in Arcadia, Chatsworth, Newhall, Calabasas, Santa Monica, Simi. So that kind of looks over them. So in the last 7 days, we have 66 new listings. You can see in the last 3 days, 50 of those came on the market. So all of a sudden, now that we're real estate essential, people are putting their houses on the market. I do believe right now is a great time to be on the market. Everyone's at home. And if you're unhappy with where you're living, whether you're buying or selling, you're going to sell after this or you're going to buy after this. So I think it's the great time to be on the market because everyone is at home looking. And as soon as we're lifted the safer at home, I believe buyers are going to come through the floodgates. I'm going to go back here real quick. Another number I look at is price changes. So you can kind of see if price changes start to happen, what's going on. Well, we look, okay, prices are coming down. No, actually, prices are coming up. So what they've realized is interest rates are coming down. Now that everyone has a safety net with the stimulus package, we believe we're going to have an increase, and there's not a lot of homes on the market. So in each one of my listings, there's maybe 1 or 2 comparable homes. So there's not a lot of competition. So right now is the time where sellers can ask a little bit more for their homes. I still believe overpriced homes don't sell. They take longer. And today's market is really savvy where they're going to look at what the home is worth and they're not going to go and even look at your home if they think it's overpriced. So don't overprice your homes. But as you can see, over the 71 listings, there's only about 10 that actually drop their price. Now, some of them are investor homes, some of them are panic sellers or ones that need to sell in this next 2 to 3 weeks. So they lowered their prices. So don't think that that's happening over. I know the news is saying, oh, we're having a housing crash. No, we're not. The fact that Zillow and Redfin and Opendoor and OfferUp, they pulled out their escrows, that's because they're investors. It's some guy sitting on a computer in Seattle going, oh, I want to buy a bunch of homes. Well, right now they can't kick out tenants and they can't kick out homeowners. So if they were to close escrow, they're going to be stuck with it if that homeowner doesn't want to leave. So, and they don't really care about local markets. All they're trying to do is take a grab. Your local real estate agent cares about you, okay? Cares about the community. So that's who I believe is your best effort anyways to sell a home for. Zillow, they charge 10% for, they call it a convenience fee. Then they expect the sellers to pay all the updates and remodeling, and they still give you under what that market value is. So if you're a distressed homeowner or you want to sell your house quickly, I guarantee every single local community has fix and flip and fix and hold investors that will pay more than Zillow. So if that's the case, reach out to them. I have investors that'll pay all cash 7-day close, and they'll give you a fair amount for your home. So if that's you, reach out to me. I can help you. We're going to go back here into the Market Watch. Now, what a number I look at is the holds. Yes, a lot of people, because of right now, real estate wasn't essential. A lot of people put their homes on hold. Basically means that they're not pulling it. They still want to sell, but during this time, they're not quantifying actual physical showings. So they're like, you know what? I don't want days on the market, because once your home's been on the market for about 30 days, which is these numbers right here, days on the market. Once that number reaches 30, most buyers go, oh, something's wrong with it, or the seller is not serious about selling, or they're not willing to negotiate. So that's what those numbers are. I believe all these will come right back on the market. A number that you look at is withdrawn, or not withdrawn, sorry. That's the same as basically holds, just a different name for it, is expireds. So these are people that said, you know what, I'm not gonna sell my home. I don't want it to be on the market. So you can see there's actually, that's not a lot. 15 out of 7 different communities is not a lot of houses to come off the market. Usually you'll have about 8 to 15 per market that go expired. So that's also good news. Now we're going to go in a little in-depth look because I do have a little bit advantage over not being a one community type of real estate agent. I have 7 different listings in different areas: Arcadia, Chatsworth, Burbank, Calabasas, Santa Monica, 2 in Simi, 1 in Newhall, 1 in Glendale. So I hope I didn't forget one. If I did, I'm sorry, sellers. I'm doing this off the cuff right now. So you can see in this little 2-mile radius of my listing in Arcadia, there's not a lot of competition. We only have realistically 1 or 2 comparables. So this is mine, Birchcroft. We only have 1 or 2 comparables that they can choose from. So right now is a great time. If you're thinking about selling this year, get on the market right now. There's not a lot of homes, and there's a lot of exposure that's happening. Everyone's sitting at home. So it's the best time to put your house on the market. If you're looking to buy, rates are historically low. It's a great time to buy. I do think interest rates are going to lower a little bit. So put a 45-day escrow together and give yourself times to lock in a lower rate. Right now, there's not a lot of competition for buyers, so it is a great thing. If a buyer gets an offer or a seller gets an offer, they're probably going to accept it at this point in time. Not a low ball offer, but a realistic close to asking price or maybe a little over. I bet they would pull it off the market or go into escrow with you guys. So as you can see, there have been a couple under, this U is under contract and these Ps are pending. These are homes that have got into escrow over the last couple days, the last 6 days, 7 days. So houses are still going into escrow. So this market is responding and is starting to already react about real estate being essential, and homes are starting to sell again. Now, every local community is a little bit different. There might be little local ordinances that are still restricting showings. So that will depend on the community, but it still is the best time to be on the market. If nothing else, do what I'm doing is a pre-marketing campaign. Get on social media. Allow people to see that you are thinking about selling, and look at how great your home is. Look at the features and benefits. That way, when it does come time, you're going to be that much ahead of the market. You're going to have so much hype and demand for your house that you're going to get multiple offers usually in the first couple of days. Houses are still selling. You can see there's a lot of homes sold in this last 30 to 60 days, which is great news. These are all ones that have sold closed escrow in this last couple of days. And you can see there's pages of them that have happened. Like, all these homes have sold in this last couple of days. So again, I do think it's a great time. I can give you another look. I will go to my Matrix Auto. Let's do my Simi Valley, because I have some Simi Valley people probably listening to this. Simi Valley, same thing. We're going to do this a little bit differently just to clean it up a little bit. So active, again, there's not a lot of actives. My house is actually probably in between these ones right here. So there's 2 comparables. The rest aren't. Under contract, you can see there's a lot that have gone under contract this last 2 weeks, which is great news. It means people are buying still. So get on the market if you're thinking about selling. And again, what this means as a whole is the real estate market, even in this pandemic, is responding and still moving strong. Once we lift the safer at home, I truly believe that interest rates will come back down under 3, increasing the buyer's purchasing power and bringing a huge demand in the buyer demand into coming into the market. I do believe if you're unhappy with your home, you're going to be really unhappy with your living situation during these times, and you're going to be that much more motivated to get out there and put offers on the homes. If you're a seller and you're like, I might be selling next year or two, you're going to sell this year. That's just kind of what's going to happen. And I would recommend it because I do see us coming into a stabilizing market over this next year. I think we're going to have a really good summer, but next year, I think we're going to slow down. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the ones that hold 90% of the loans, they see a 2 to 3%, but that's across the nation. California responds about 1 to 2 years before the rest of the market. So I think by this time next year, we're going to come down to either this year's prices or maybe even next year or last year's prices. If you're not going to sell, I recommend you, highly recommend you refinance. We're at historically low rates. Pull as much cash as you possibly can. Put it into the bank. Put it into a long-term annuity. Put it into a CD account. Put it into real estate as the real estate comes into a little bit of a foreclosure or short sale market. Have that money available. Every 100,000 will raise your payment about $400 to $600, depending on the situation. But if you have 100,000 in your bank, you'll have that security. That way, if you do come in hard times on a job or your industry doesn't bounce back from this, you have that safety net. If the real estate market does crash, which I don't think it's going to, you have that money. You've taken the equity out. If you don't take it out, you lose that money. So take it out. Let the bank take that responsibility, that risk on. You know, they're the ones that got bailed out. Let them take the fall this time around. So that's just my opinion. Again, I'm sorry this was really raw off the cuff. I'm working from home. I don't have all the tools and special little gadgets that I have at my office, but that's working on getting over here. I hope you guys found this useful and informational. If you want me to give an in-depth look at what's going on in your market, or you want a home evaluation of what your home is worth, there's never any obligation. I just give this information to be of service to you guys. I do want to say I am greatly humbled and appreciate all the referrals and the people that trust me with their business. Sorry. 3 years ago, I had a huge neck surgery, and I thought I was going to be on the street and not know how to provide for my family. And I had a life-changing year last year. And I think I'm going to have another life-changing year this year. It's been amazing. So I truly thank you. And I promise you, you can look at my 5-star reviews. I provide 5-star service with a smile. I'm always going the extra mile, and I do things that other agents can't or won't. And I have a very good work ethic that I have instilled into my real estate business. So I promise you'll have good results with me. And I'm never going to try to sell you on a home or try to use high pressure sale taxes to get you to list your home. I believe I'll show you that I'm the best real estate agent for you, no matter what community you're in. Again, Corey Boljoff, the real estate guy. And reach out to me if you guys need any help. And again, I'm going to offer it up. If anyone just needs someone to talk to, there's a couple of people I talked to over this week that were kind of depressed in a bad spot. And, you know, after a 3-hour conversation, we got a lot better. And that's a person I've never met in my life. I can put you on FaceTime with my kids. They'll make you smile. They'll say something funny. So if that's just what you need, please reach out. Please take me up on that. If you need a mask, reach out to me. She's going to hate it, but I'm offering for her to make more masks for people. We're not charging anything for it. It's just, you know, again, that extra safety measure. So till next time, look out to me, like, subscribe, share this with people, and please continue the excellent support that you've given me. Even just liking my business page goes a super long way. You have no idea how much it actually impacts my business. So thank you guys very much. Enjoy.